Okay, another year, another crazy stuff happening. Obviously, we've got some US news as well. Trump is going to be inaugurated and it's going to be in power, and all sorts of great news coming from that. But I do want to kind of talk about a few bits and bobs. So all of the stuff I'm talking about is kind of related to the conversation, or some of the questions that some people asked, or one person specifically asked on Discord. So in this video, I am going to answer all of those because remember, guys, I don't make the content, you are the content. So my name is Sham, this is your Fire, the truth is always out there. We're going to talk a little bit about crypto taxes. 2025 is here. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about crypto taxes, and we're going to talk a little bit about Trump coming into power and whatnot, and all the good stuff that we might actually see, and probably even some bad stuff, right? Some of my hypotheses or some of my theories that I have. So we're going to talk about all of those things. So if you are here, buckle up. Let's go on a journey. You never know how long these streams can be. I'm going to try and keep it within an hour, hopefully. And also I'm going to try and keep most of the information and all the questions and everything for the end, but most of the information in the beginning. So the beginning of the video, those of you who don't have enough time, you can watch whatever and then move on, and the remainder of you, I will happily answer all of your questions. So as this a live stream, of course, be careful what you say, stick to the topic, and then we'll carry on. So I'm going to start off with Donald Trump. So obviously we know Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated and is going to be now in full power, and he's made plenty of promises to the world, right? Because obviously a lot of people around the world, for some reason, think that whatever America says, it kind of affects the world. I don't think so, right? So let's be honest about it. I don't think so. USA politics is for USA, right? Whatever the president's promising or doing out there, that's just a whole different thing, right? That's just a whole different thing. It's for their country. If the politicians want to get into power and making promises and whatnot, it doesn't impact anybody around the globe. Of course, there is a minor impact if the market shifts one or the other. Yeah, they do have quite a large population compared to the entire planet, who are buying, selling, trading crypto and all sorts, right? But a lot of people don't realize that, yes, there are markets out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything, because globally, all around 24 hours a day, people are trading, buying, selling, and whatnot all around the globe. So there is another world out there. There's a world, which is USA, Central America, and then there's another world out there. Because a lot of people forget, when you look at the map, yeah, you see the Americas, right? United States of America. But actually, northern part is Canada. So that's got nothing to do with USA, right? And then you've got the southern part, which is Mexico and XYZ, right? South America, which has got nothing to do with Central America anyway. So all of those states that you see are Central America. Salam, my brother Adam. Nice to see you, my brother. So I've just started anyway. So that's what it is like. So a lot of people don't realize that, look, guys, there's another world outside Central America, right? In fact, it's a bigger world and it has more population than the Central Americas. So we shouldn't really concern ourselves too much. Yes, some of the news can be positive. There might be some people who are going to hype it. And of course, most of the large holders of BTC are still based in America. So that is something we can actually say. Yes, some of the largest holders of BTC are in America. For example, we know publicly about BlackRock, Michael Saylor, and people like them. So yeah, they do hold it. So yes, they can impact the market, positive or negative. They can do that. So there will be something to do with that. But ultimately, when we follow the trends, when we follow the chart doesn't know what Trump is about to say. The chart is not biased. It doesn't know. The chart doesn't know what color you are, what country you're from. It doesn't have a clue. It just prints what it sees. Do you know what I mean? So when we're using, people like myself, when we're using charts to analyze and talk about the market, it ignores all the news. It ignores every single exchange and FUD and global news, politics, everything. It ignores everything. This is the beautiful thing about charts. It is not biased at all. You know what I mean? And because of that, we are able to see the facts on the chart and move forward with that. So yes, maybe when the charts are flipping bullish as well, all of a sudden everybody else is bullish and Trump says something that makes it bullish, Trump gets the credit. But look, we see things in the chart way before they come. So far, you know what? Today I haven't even looked at the chart. I'm actually going to activate my chart right now. I haven't even looked at the chart because Earlier on this morning, I have actually said, guys, look, there was a particular signal we were looking for, which was going to happen on the 1 second past midnight, basically last night, and that didn't happen. So that kind of killed off our 3-day pattern that we were looking for. It kind of killed off our monthly pattern that we were looking for. It just didn't do anything. So in order for us to see something bullish right now, we have to actually wait another 4 days, right? Until Sunday, basically. So we have to wait until Sunday in order to see what the market does. And possibly on Monday, we're going to see some sort of an action, right? And then when you do that, there's only a couple of Mondays left until Trump comes in, and then you might see something there. So just take things with a pinch of salt. Don't always cloud your judgment or your mind with whatever the news is. Don't do that, because you'll realize you're going to see things a lot clearer if you avoid the news, if you avoid whatever the hype is on x.com or whatever. Hence why I stay off x.com. Just stay away from them, and you will see things a lot more clearer, right? Especially when you're only focusing on the candles and the chart, nothing more. They will give you better idea. So far, so good. I am not seeing the alts make a move yet, which is exactly what I want to see. I want to see alts make a move. That will give us a bigger thing. So I'm going to kind of briefly talk about the market right now. So the market is sitting at 3.21 trillion. Nothing great. We probably need to be around 3.4, 3.5 trillion in order to be bullish again. And that's where we want to see the alts push us towards that level. But we're nowhere near there. In fact, we're actually in a fairly dangerous zone, which means that we could easily drop to $3 trillion. So just stay careful, play cautiously. BTC is back at $94,000, nothing great. In fact, BTC has to now get to $100,000 from here in order for it to be bullish or to reverse the trend also. That's another very important thing to look at. The rest of them really just not bothered. As I said, they have to go there. Unsatisfied NBA player says, nice cap. Thank you very much, my brother. It's one of my favorite caps. I wear it all the time. Yeah, it's just like my everyday driver, if that makes sense. So that's the cap. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I do want to see, as I said, I do want to see alts lead the way, lead the path, and then BTC to kind of just hover around doing nothing. So BTC today, where it's sitting, this $94,000, even when we went below to around 91,300, they were all good numbers. It's fine. We can hover around there, bounce around a little bit. It won't affect us at all. Of course, we just want to see the alts make that bigger move. Alts to do, like, I mean, today, for example, the alts are doing only a few percent. We want to get into the region where alts are doing 10-15% when BTC is only doing 1 or 2%. That's going to be the bigger number for us. So that's what we really, really want to see. So we're going to wait for that. Now, let's talk about tax, right? So hence why I made the thumbnail. In fact, I asked the community, and then Adam, he's here already, he answered. He said, can you talk about taxes and how to probably not pay or how to avoid? There are things I can say and there are things I can't say. Now, one of the things I will not tell anybody on a live stream is how to avoid taxes, right, guys? That's not the right thing to do, right? We obviously understand this. So if you are due taxes, depending on what country you are, you've got to find out your rules and regulations in your country. USA, America, USA is America, UK, wherever you are, find out what the rules and regulations are for you. So in UK, we have the HMRC, His Majesty Revenue and Customs, and through that, they have made some new laws regarding crypto. So before it was mostly if you spend XYZ amount of money, that's an expense, and then whatever profit you made on top. So for example, if you invested $100,000 and you made $10,000, you only pay tax on the $10,000, right? And you can trade that, do whatever. You only pay it when you exit back. That was the rules before. Well, now they've made it a little bit more difficult with the new crypto rules that they've set up since the last government. And what they said was everything is taxable. So everything becomes a taxable event. Means if you say, for example, you spend $100,000 and you made $10,000, that's fine. It's not an issue. You pay tax on that. However, if you convert that crypto into a stable coin, that's a taxable event. If you buy something with it, that's a taxable event. If you make more money with it, it's more taxable event. So now you have to keep an account of every one of those events, right? And in fact, a lot of the centralized exchanges also have to keep a tab on every action that you took, because it's all taxable right now. So they're making it a lot more difficult. Hence why I'm not a big fan of regulations, because regulation doesn't really favor the average Joe, right? Yes, it's fine for companies and institutions. So we are going to get to that part because there are two categories of traders, right? People who are investing in crypto. There are two categories, and there are also two categories of taxation, right? So there's a different taxation for the businesses, and there are different taxations for individuals. And then, of course, there's also two types of people: those who will pay the taxes and those who won't pay the taxes. Right now, I won't talk too much about the people who won't pay taxes and how they won't pay taxes. That's a different story. But we are going to talk about a little bit about institutions. For example, institutions are also kind of similar how the individuals do it. And of course, for them also, everything is a taxable event. However, because they are a business with a significant amount of money going up and down, they are allowed to invest, and whatever they do invest will be considered as an expense. And if they do make profit, then there are actually other exemptions in place, so they don't really have to pay taxes on some of the transactions, because as long as they're trying to build revenue. So I'm trying to explain things in the most layman's term rather than read out what HMRC says. That's what you need to do. That's not my job, right? I'm not going to tell you what HMRC says, regurgitate all that nonsense, because each to their own. So, but that's the gist of it, right? So the businesses are allowed to expense whatever they spent. They will get tax breaks, right? And if they do, transfers and swaps and whatnot in order to generate more yield or more income or more growth, then ultimately all of that is fine. It's still considered a business transaction. You understand what I mean? So they do have a lot more leeway with the taxation. Now, as an individual, that's a whole different story. As an individual, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. You bought something with crypto, you pay taxes, right? You converted it, you pay taxes, right? You decide to cash out, you pay taxes, right? You pay taxes on top of the taxes, right? So that's how it is. They're making it very difficult for a lot of people to do that. And I know I've had for the last whole year, if not 2 years now, many people come to me and actually seek kind of advice, like, okay, dude, you might know something about the people inside. If you do, what can you tell us, right? So this is the kind of questions I get. And I always say to people, I say, guys, look, if you do want to know about what other people are doing, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? But I do know what other people are doing, right? Is it legal? Probably not, right? Is it legal? Probably not. But there are plenty of people doing plenty of things, right? I can just tell you, like, for example, one of the things that I know some people are doing, a lot of people are losing their private keys, which is quite weird, right? It's like, okay, they've made, they've put $100,000 inside, and the $100,000, they made another $100,000. In fact, some people have made $100,000 into $500,000, right? And then somehow they lost their keys, right? So they can't really access those wallets or whatever. So yeah, I mean, so even if they did have a taxable event, well, currently they're at 100% loss. So what happens there is basically, because they've lost $100,000, they will have to get a tax break. You know what I mean? So they can't really pay taxes on something they don't own. So that's something that's been happening as well. Now, I don't know how that works, what the gray area is or whatever, but there are people who have claimed that they have lost. Also to the point where I know people who have, say, for example, invested $100,000, and then they've lost $100,000 to the point where they were driving a $100,000 car. Currently, they're driving a $10,000 car, right? Because they can't afford to drive $100,000 car. So there are things, and God help them. God help them. And we hope that those people who can't afford to pay the taxes on the profits they would have potentially made because they lost the keys, somehow someone comes to help them out. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to say. But yeah, UK's made it very difficult, very difficult. I mean, as soon as those rules were published, especially when they were they done the whatever meeting they did, right, and they confirmed those rules, a lot of people immediately packed their bags and they just left. The UK had a massive exodus of people leaving the country just because how the taxation has become so pathetic. So, I mean, years ago, right? Years ago, it was brilliant, right? Where you could buy crypto, you bought crypto, it wasn't taxable. If you've made money on crypto, even then it wasn't taxable. And of course, if you decided to declare your taxes like profit and this and that, absolutely fine. You only paid a very small amount of taxes, depending how much on your profits. And that was only when you exited. So you could have been in the game for 5, 10 years and you would have never had to pay any taxes until the day you come out. And I know a few people who, for example, they've made a lot of money on BTC, BTC, Cardano, Ethereum. They made a ton of money. And when they came out, they wanted to like invest into properties and businesses and whatnot, and those people paid their taxes. You know, they've made significant amount of gains from a very small investment, let's just put it this way, right? Depending what small is to somebody, but they have made some serious gains and they've come out. I'll give you a good example. Someone put $30,000 into something, made about $3 million, came out, paid 40% capital gains tax, happily paid the 40% capital gains tax, and then because they tax paid, they had all that money there they could do whatever. So they just went and bought a house and bought a property, bought a business and whatnot, right? So ultimately, all tax paid. Do you know what I mean? Of course, later on in the future, when the property value goes up, if they decide to sell it or whatever, they'll probably have to pay more taxes. But there are other strategies there too. So those who know, they know, right? So that's what I'm gonna say. But that's the sad reality. That's the sad reality. It's like, you know, when you're living somewhere, even if you are a law-abiding citizen, sometimes everything just becomes so difficult that, you know, you might just decide, right, that's it, you know, I'm packing my bag. So the particular person I just gave an example of, they paid their taxes, they did everything, but now they're like, well, hold on, even though I'm a law-abiding citizen, right, I willingly paid you when I didn't have to. I willingly paid you my capital gains tax, so you don't come back to me and bother me later on or anything like this, right, for tax fraud or whatever. I've done all of those things, but now you're telling me I cannot increase my wealth through trading and this and that. I cannot sell the top and wait for the bear market so I can increase my wealth even more. I can't do that. So what am I spending my time here for? So one of those people, they have properties and businesses in the UK, but now they've decided to just move away. So they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and reside somewhere else. Whatever taxes I'm due here, I'll pay that. But because they live in another country now, and they're actually becoming a resident of that country, they pay taxes in that country. So they're not legally required to pay taxes in the UK. So it's sad, but that's what they did. Do you know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people will be doing. And the government is forcing people to do that. So that's what it is. But taxes, whether you report it or not, because currently there are still some self-reporting, whether you report it or not, as an individual or a business, your exchanges will. All right, your exchanges will. And we are getting to the point where money will be tracked. All money will be tracked. So when all money becomes trackable, like cbdc style money, I'm not going to mention too much about what they are, but when all of these things start to be tracked, there's no way getting out. They will know exactly how much money you have and how much money you've made or how much money you've sent to buy crypto and how much that's worth. They will be tracking all of those things to the point where in the future they might even say you're only allowed. So there will be a dictatorship, and they will probably say that the government, right, they'll dictate exactly how much you can invest and into what. So, you know, like we turn around and like professional traders, we turn around and say, look, guys, when you're investing funds, only invest what you can afford to lose, maybe about 5%, maximum 5% of your portfolio into crypto, maximum, right? Some people even do 1%, but we say max 5%. In the future, the government will say, well, maximum you can put in is 1%. The government's going to dictate. And even if you want to, you can't, because they can track your funds and control exactly how much you can invest and not. So that's just the future anyway. I don't, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but that's just my theory that I have. Now, I see some comments. I will read the comments. I think I've done my segment. So those of you guys who came here for the first part, this was it. I will now go into questions and we'll go into the community engagement. If you are here for the first time, my name is Sham. This is 0x5. The truth is always out there. Please do consider subscribing, smash that like button, and yeah, ask me anything. As long as I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'll just say I can't. So Adam says, Adam says, but when you cash out, we don't pay anything on our initial investment, right? We pay in 10K and take out everything, which is 30k, for example, we only pay tax on 20k earning, not the 10k we initially. Yeah, exactly. So whatever you've initially invested, whether it be $10,000 or $20,000 or $100,000, you never pay tax on that because that's already money that you've already paid tax on. However, as an individual, it is your duty to keep a tag of like complete tab, an account of everything. So if you've invested 100,000, so let's go to 10,000. Right? So I know you're probably the numbers are too big for you. Okay, let's go to, if you've invested $10,000 through a bank transfer or a debit card transfer, keep that bank statement. That's what you need to do. You need to keep that bank statement to say, this was my entry price. This is the money that I've earned, my hard-working money that I've already paid taxes on, right? And I've invested it into crypto. And this is my initial investment. So your initial investment, whether it be $10,000 or whatever, let's just say $10,000, that you don't pay tax on because it's already paid taxes on. The 10th, if you've now doubled your money and you made another $10,000, then you only pay on the profit money. So your capital gains will be only on the profit money. And even then, how much you pay between 10%, 20%, 40%, whatever it be, because there are other things as well. It depends on how much you actually earn. So if you're a minimum wages person in the UK, you only pay 10%. If you are a middle income person, you pay 20 to 25%. If you are a high net worth, you could pay anything from 40 to 60%, right? However, if you are a high net worth, then there are other ways. It's not an exemption, it's not an avoidance, but there are other government incentives and government funds that you can actually invest the money you would be paying in tax. And potentially you can save from paying that because you could actually claim that back 2-3 years down the line. So there are ways out there. You know, again, I'm not a tax advisor. I cannot advise you on all of those things. But however, I can consult on strategies. And as I said, there are things that I know, but I'm not going to publicly talk about them, right? Because I've been fortunate enough to to sit down and walk and talk to people from all walks of life in the last 9 years, right? So I've been very fortunate that I've met people from all income brackets, people from all types of businesses and whatnot, and they have all had, you know, one or another strategy. So for me, when I'm sitting down with someone, sometimes, most times, I would actually get some information that I actually had no idea about. And especially, for example, when I've had a great time talking to accountants, like chartered accountants and this and that, they come to me for something they don't know, right? In fact, I was actually just recently, so I don't know most of you guys if you know or not. So I'm officially unemployed. I don't have a job. So I just recently got offered a job in an accounting firm. And guess what they wanted me to talk about? You're going to laugh your head off, right? The very same thing. So they wanted to, they said, look, we'll give you the full production crew. So you can have a cameraman, an audio man, whatnot. We'll give you a studio. And this is, by the way, this is like one of the top 3 accounting firms in the United Kingdom. Right? So this is no small thing. They usually deal with footballers and celebrities and this and that. So they said, can you come and maybe you want to work with us? And if you do, your job is going to be, you're going to be making crypto advice videos. That's what they wanted me to do. But I said to them, no, I can't, because they want a specific time and whatnot. And I can't work under anyone. And yeah, even though that's what they wanted. Plus, I got to focus on my own channel. So I said, look, if I can do it on my own channel, yeah. But no, they wanted to do it on their own channel. So I said, no, if you want to do that on your channel, I can't just go away from that. So I just recently got offered a job, basically, in an accounting firm to talk about this, because they've learned stuff from me. In fact, one of their senior, I think there's a manager. I think it's a manager. I'm not sure. They've come to me privately to ask me questions in order to help their clients. So they know things I don't know, and I know things they don't know. And then sometimes we share info, and yeah, they've been helping their clients through that. So yeah. Adam says, is it 29% on all money earned over 3K? No, it's not. No, who said 29%? It's not. It depends on your total wages. how much you actually earn. It depends on that. Because remember, in the UK, we have these crazy, crazy rules, right? So even if you earn $1 million, £1 million, you earn £1 million. I think it's the first 12,500 pounds you don't pay any tax on anyway. And then you have other allowances, depending where you are. So you have other allowances. So you got to minus all of those, and it's not exactly like, when people look at, oh, this guy earns $200,000 or £200,000. So a lot of people will be like, oh, that's 40% tax. Not exactly, right? It's not 40% on the full 200,000. There's a lot of minuses, and then it's 40%. So there's a confusion there. That's why don't be confused with that. And as I said, there are points where sometimes people could pay up to 60%. If they don't know how to deal with it, they could pay up to 60%. And then there are people who are due to pay 60% who will pay zero because there are ways to deal with it. You know what I mean? And it totally depends on what your accountant or how knowledgeable your accountant is. So it depends on that. Ducator, my brother, I've seen you here. Nice to see you. By the way, guys, happy new year to all of you guys, man. I see Desi Track here. Salam, my brother. Salam, nice to see you. So, Ducator says, I have 13 years in Bitcoin. I didn't keep a ledger any more than the rest of you because I live my life in BTC. The sats are my balance. Looking at my balance is like looking at a bank balance. 100%, 100%. But as I said, you've been in it 13 years. I've been in it 9 years. So you're well longer than me. You are definitely an OG. And I appreciate having an OG on my channel because it's always appreciated to see another OG, right? Or I should say the OG, because I'm definitely not an OG if you are here. But for example, a lot of people who from the early days, a lot of those guys, they've literally written it down on a piece of paper, and some of them have memorized their seed phrases, and they just chuck the paper away. But they've never ever gone to a centralized exchange. You see, so their Bitcoin hasn't gone to a centralized exchange, and even if it has, it only a small amount, because the original OGs, the true believers of BTC, right? They keep it in a cold storage. They don't send it to an exchange to see what the currency, the national currency valuation is. They don't care about that, right? All they care about is how many more satoshis they can add to their stacks. That's all they care about, right, Drew? So this is what it is. A lot of people don't understand. As I said the other day as well, I said, look, you got to look at crypto in two ways: money, or the sats, or whatever the denomination is, right, for that particular crypto. Look at those. Don't focus. You can't focus on both. You can't say I have 10 BTC worth $10 million. No, you can't say that. You can say I have 10 BTC and it's worth 10 BTC. That works, right? But if you're looking at 10 BTC and saying you got $10 million, then you're looking at the monetary value, and that doesn't mean much unless you sell it and cash out. Do you know what I mean? So that would be an intent to sell out. But as I said, most people in the cold storage, and of course with the new rules and regulations, provided people haven't even touched the exchanges, right? Haven't touched the centralized exchanges, well, they're fine. They're fine. And there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of crypto, BTC, Ethereum, not too much Ethereum. I think Monero is a big one, and BTC especially, right? Which have never touched the exchanges. They've never ever touched the exchanges. So of course, people who haven't touched the exchanges, who probably don't have the need to go and cash out, do you think they're ever gonna cash out and pay the taxes? And as I said, a friend who did do that, he's now feeling really bad. He felt sick, actually. He said, look, I feel sick, man. This is, when you're trying to do everything the right way, you're trying to be a good civilian, right? A good citizen, right? And you're doing your best. You pay your taxes, you pay your dues, you do whatever needs to be done, you invest in the country, and then all of a sudden they change the rules, and it's like you can't even fart without them knowing. And all of these things look like they're getting to a situation where everything's going to be tracked. Like, dude, I can't make a living like this, so now I've got to move out. So he's moved out. Of course, he's got his properties and everything here, and his family's here as well. But he's moved out, and now he's a resident of another country, because for him it was cheaper to become a resident of another country. So he's become a resident of another country. Now he's due to pay taxes over there. Legally, he pays taxes in another country. And the fun part is the country he's in, maximum you have to pay. Maximum. Anybody, doesn't matter. So obviously if you're in a certain income bracket, you pay less, but maximum somebody who pays, even if you're a millionaire, is 10%. So he's in a country where maximum he ever has to pay is 10%. It's not like he's not paying taxes. He's going to a tax-free country. No, he's still going to pay taxes. But he's thinking like, hold on, am I better off paying 10% or am I better off paying 40%? Which one am I going to do? So he chose the 10%. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Advanced Gaming here. Nice to see you, my brother. Salam, my brother. Nice, nice, nice. You know what? I didn't realize this, right? This is hilarious, right? So, guys, I want to say this is hilarious, right? I didn't realize a lot of my subscribers and my viewers are Muslims. I didn't know that. Honestly, completely unexpected. Because you guys know very well, right? I'm an open arm guy, right? Everybody's welcome. I have nothing to do with religion, but I've noticed that a lot of people come onto the stream and say salam and this and that. I'm like, wow, okay. I didn't realize I get so many Muslim brothers coming over. It's unbelievable, you know. But as I said, everybody's welcome here. Everybody's my brothers. It's quite fascinating. I never thought of that because my channel doesn't say anything about me being a Muslim, if that makes any sense. Or maybe there's one or two videos there. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, Ducator says Bitcoin is not a stock or bar of gold that you buy now and sell high. Bitcoin is its own monetary system with its own units of account, medium of exchange, ledger, and network. It's meant as such. 100%, 100%. That's why I said you got to look at it in a particular way, depending on your thought process. But of course, listen, we can't say like what you just said there. Most people don't understand it that way. Like 99% of the people that come into BTC do not see it that way. Of course, the OGs definitely see it that way, right? But a lot of the new people come in and they just look at the monetary value. So they don't really understand what they're missing out. It's a whole different story. Unsatisfied NBA players, what's your net worth? How much BTC you hodl? We can't speak about that. We don't speak about that. Right? If I ask you the same question, and for example, you are a public figure and you're on a live stream, right? Unsatisfied NBA, and I ask you that question. First of all, would you be comfortable answering that question? And even if you did feel comfortable, then would you actually be safe? Would you be safe? If I turn around and say to you, I got 1,000 BTC, right? How many enemies or how many people start come hunting for me because of that? Would I feel safe? Would I actually even now go out and meet people? Would I be outside? Do you know what I mean? I'll have to basically lock myself up or hire a whole bunch of private security just to keep me secure because now I've exposed how many BTC I have. Do you see what I mean? So one of the things is we don't disclose that, and I advise all of the people. So of course, during some of my private consultations, I do get sometimes people come up to me and they're like, this is how many I hold. And do you know what I normally say? I don't want to know. I really don't want to know, right? Because how much you have, it's yours. I don't need to know. That's the last thing. You do not tell anybody. So one of the biggest advice I'll give to people, even your family, your friends, your brother, your sister, they shouldn't know. In case you didn't realize, just a little while ago, I said a guy who used to drive a $90,000 to $100,000 car. I'm talking about Mercedes S-classes, AMGs, and whatnot. He drives a $10,000 car. $10,000 car. You see what I'm trying to say? So sometimes it's better to be low profile. You don't need to go and flash it everywhere, right? For example, one of my neighbor, so he's got quite a few BTC. The idiot decided to put a private number plate telling people exactly how many BTC he's got because it says XYZ BTC. I'm like, dude, it's okay talking to your friend, telling a bunch of people that you already know who are in the game. But now you're flashing around. What's going to happen when you go to some bad area or something, or someone's really hunting you? They'll be like, that's how many BTC you got? Right, get me your ledger, gunpoint, whatever. Give me your ledger, give me those BTC. And you turn around and say, oh, no, actually, I only got one BTC. No, I want the rest of it. That's what you're advertising. So I said, don't do that. So I got him to take his BTC number plate off. I said, bro, don't do that. Don't advertise it. Yes, you've made a shit ton of money. You're driving a nice £150,000 car. Great. Don't flash it. Whatever you do, do not. That's the most advisable thing I can say to you. Ducator says 13 years of being in crypto and I've paid exactly zero in taxes. I don't sell my coins because there's a taxable event. I spend my coins as Bitcoin was created for. That's good, my brother, and that's the way most of us should be. And as I said, we are going to get to a situation where things are going to be more difficult because they're going to be able to track us. But as long as you've never ever gone to the Fiat with your BTC, then you're fine. You're the boss. You're the boss. Unsatisfied NBA says, I'm in 1 year. Any important advice? Maybe things to avoid. That's exactly what I just said. One of the number one things to avoid is never ask how many somebody has and never disclose how many you have. It doesn't matter if you have $10 worth or if you have $10,000 worth or maybe $10 million worth. It really doesn't matter. You should never ever expose that, and especially, right, as I said, friends and family, because guess what, right? When you get stabbed, right, when you're gonna be stabbed in the back, right, and I don't mean literally physically stabbed, but you know what I mean, right? It's gonna be the people who are closest to you. It's gonna be the people that you've exposed to. So like people come to me and they're like, sometimes, and I'm just gonna tell you a real story, right? They come up to me and they'll be like, oh, we know you got a lot of crypto, and so I'm like, yeah. Is that why I'm driving a banger? Is that why I've lost my business? Is that why I'm unemployed? Right? Is that why I'm grinding? Is that why I go and do some gig work whenever I can? Is that why? Because if I had all of that you think, would I be doing any of those things? So then obviously for them they start thinking, and then reality is like, oh, actually it's true. Because we don't see he has changed. This guy is exactly the same as he was back in 2015, even before 2015, and all the way to now. He hasn't changed a bit. Nothing has changed about him. He doesn't wear flashy watches. Look, I don't wear watches. None of this. He doesn't wear watches, right? No fancy phones, no fancy this, that, whatever. Nothing fancy. Do you know what I mean? So I haven't changed. So if you're telling me I have so and so, you're telling me that, you know, am I doing anything different? You know what I mean? So that's the biggest advice I can give you, my brother. Whether you're in it for a year or the next 10 years, and I hope that you are in it for the next 10 years and you can make a lot more money. Your profile matters, you know. So don't go bragging about it. It's not worth it. Trust me. Trust me, it's not worth it. Ducator says, yes, we have paper wallets and many of mine are literally buried in a desert. Brother, you're saying your paper wallets are buried in the desert? My paper wallet had a lighter to it. My paper wallet had a lighter to it and burnt. And I used to smoke during that time. Was burnt. Right? Was burnt. That's how crazy it is. And it gets even more crazy. Yes, I burnt the paper wallet. I didn't even bother remembering the words. That's nuts, right? That's nuts. I don't even remember the word. In fact, oh my God, I'm gonna give you something. This is crazy. All right, this is crazy. So if you look in the description, there's all my links. And in all my links, there's a bunch of wallet addresses that are added there. You're gonna hear this, you're gonna laugh your head off. I don't know the private words, the seed phrase to those wallets. I don't know. It's a social experiment. If people send funds there, then they can track those funds for the rest of the eternity, because I'm not going to cash out. In fact, because I can't cash out. So if people want to send me a tip in BTC, Ethereum, Solana, whatever those wallets are, I don't have the keys to those wallets. How crazy is that? I don't have the keys to those wallets. I'm not going to explain why, and if I actually have access to them. Technically, I do have access to them at a later stage, but it's an experiment. I just said, you know what, leave it there. Let people see. If people have sent me $1, right, you know, as a donation, as a thank you, well, let people see that it's there. It's just not going anywhere. Let them track it, because it's quite fun. But a fun thing is, no one's ever sent anything. I don't know why. Probably because they think, oh, this guy just wants money or whatever. No, I don't want anything. It's nice if you send something there, you can track it forever. It doesn't go anywhere. I can't send it anywhere. It's hilarious. So it is what it is anyway. Ducator says, avoid anything on ETH or BNB chains. They are 99% worthless or scams. If a project is worth their weight, they will have their own chain. Exactly. And that's what I always say. Stick to the main chains. If you are trading coins on the chain, then just be careful, right? With the stop loss or whatever it be. Be very, very careful. Never put everything and bet everything on them. That's what I'm saying, you know. Unsatisfied says, I lost my capital on Solana trading meme coins. Most people do. So you got to be very careful. It's all about one night stands, as I say. Get in, get out. Don't stick around. If you bought a coin, if you haven't made the money on that same day, within that same 30 minutes, an hour that you've been there, you have get the hell out. It's not worth it. Solana is not something that you buy and hold. Of course, there are some coins that you could look at. I could potentially say, of course, this is not a financial advice. None of this is tax advice or financial advice. But on Solana, for example, there are a bunch of AI agents popping out. Look at the ones that are listed on an exchange, not the one that are not listed. Of course, people will say all of these are promised, but remember, Solana currently has approximately 60,000 meme coins coming out every single day. And one of those AI agents are nothing but a meme as well, right? But if they're listed on an exchange, if they've had a severe dump on an exchange, then it's a good opportunity to go and pick up the bottom, because that means they will come back and they will pump at some stage. So that's what I can say. Advanced Gaming says, about to deposit 1,000 in my trading account. I will grow that to 100,000 by the end of 2025. That's good. That's good. That's not a bad deal. That's a good target to have. Everybody should have a set target. Like, there's a brother, he comes on the stream sometime, Silent Sweep. He comes on the stream sometimes, and I think he's busy right now, but we sat down and we had a meal together, and he said to me he doesn't have much of a target. I said, you should have a target. So I set him a target. I said he needs to make $1 million. His target, so the target I've given to him, I said, you need to make $1 million, right? Next season you have to, so not 2025, but I've given him a longer time frame. I said within the next 3 to 4 years you have to make $1 million. He's like, but I don't need them. I said, bro, you need to make $1 million. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got a list of millionaires and I want you to be one of those. So there is a strategy that I'm kind of personally going to be working with him, and hopefully he should make $1 million. So it's always good to have that. That's his target for 2025. So let's see where he goes from there. Matthew, nice to see you, my brother. Happy New Year to you too, my brother. Happy New Year to you too. Unsatisfied says, my 1K became 20. Be careful, Advanced Gaming. Advanced says, you ain't trading properly, bro. There's a difference between trading and trading meme coins. Okay, so meme coins, yeah, you don't want to be there too long. I always say, look, put it this way, the most vulgar way I would say is, look, I'm not sure how old you are, whatever. I hope you're over 18, and I hope you've met with women. I always say, look, if you can go and have a nice little love making session with your partner, your missus, right, and you last 10 minutes, well, that's how long you need to be in a meme coin. If you're fortunate enough and you can last half an hour, that's how long you last for. That's how long you do meme coins, right? If you're on some sort of a, God knows, Viagra or whatever, right? And you think you can last an hour, that's the maximum time. So whatever length of time you can last with your partner, that's how long you trade meme coin for. That's it. You get in and get out. You don't stick around. There's no tomorrow. It doesn't matter what it is. So that's that. Ducator says, never tell people how many coins you have. It's for the reason I don't do social media of my own to teach. Puts a target on my back. Exactly, my brother. That's the thing. This is so this is it's I know a lot of the guys listen. Let me put it this way. And Unsatisfied, I'm not being rude with you. I don't mean it in a bad way. I appreciate you coming here and talking to me and this and that. But a lot of people who are complete amateurs in crypto tend to normally ask these questions. The professionals will never ever disclose that. Never. Right? Remember this. The pros will never disclose how many they got. Never. They wouldn't even show you their balance. And it gets even better. Pro crypto holders do not have access from their mobile devices and this and that. So like my device here, I don't consider myself a pro. I mean, Ducator's definitely an OG, as I said. But in my case, for example, my device has zero access. This device has zero access to any of my centralized exchange accounts. Zero. Why? Because I'm not going to carry a target with me. Because if I have it here, I'm a target. My phone's a target. So I don't have any access. All my trading stuff is at home. Charts and this and that, that's a different story. Charts I can watch from anywhere, even from a web browser. So I'm not fussed about that, but they're not connected. You see what I mean? Like, for example, I think on another video I mentioned, I have 2 TradingView accounts. One Essential and one Pro. All right? Now, the one I show to everybody is my Essential one, because that's the one I'm promoting. Right? Like, look, Essential guys, just use that, or just use your free version. But my Pro one, I can trade on any of my exchanges. My Pro account, I can trade directly from TradingView. It's already connected. So I don't even have to see a price, do a target, and then, oh, I'm going to now have to log into my Binance or log into my XYZ. No, I trade directly from TradingView, but it's not in my car. I won't set it up. It's my car. Someone might break in and take my entire system. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. So you got to be very careful. Got to be very careful. Ducator says being flashy with money is for the new rich, those that get paid to look certain way. It's a marketing ploy. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, my brother. And I see a lot of them, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like when I see them come to new money, and it's like they've never seen money before in their life, and you suddenly see them come up, and they're all like, all flashy and showing off, and this and I'm like, you're not going to last that long. And true, let's be honest, there are plenty of people who have done that, and then later on you see they don't really have much going on. I have a close friend, right, who freaking went and bought a Lambo. He hasn't got a Lambo anymore. He hasn't even got a house anymore. You know what I mean? Because what happened? Because he overspent. He didn't realize that, hold on, money's not there forever. You got to reinvest. If you don't reinvest, you're not going to get it back. So he didn't play the game properly because he had new money, fresh money coming in. I mean, this guy probably never seen that much money together. So he didn't know what to do with it. And he started giving it to friends and family and, making investments X, Y, Z. But unfortunately, none of them worked out for him. So he ended up losing money. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Ducator says, I have more coins than most people could get in 5 generations, and I still drive a 01 Chevy 1500. I have reached the point where I own nothing and happy because I can own it. Bro, that's people who understand. As I said, there are 2 types of people. People who truly understand what cryptocurrencies or what decentralization brings to us, owning your own bank brings to you. When people understand that, they all become like that. I'm not even joking. The top OGs that I know, all like that. They were something before. There's this one guy, Versace Armani suits. He would always come out with his suits, right? Recently I've seen him, he's not in the suits anymore, and I'm thinking, what happened? You either lost everything or something else. And guess what he said? I said to him, you okay? He said, yeah, bro. I said, what's going on? He said, I'm a lot more mature now. That's what he said. He said, I'm mature now. And I was like, respect. Because before he made money with crypto, so he was already a very wealthy person, comes from a very wealthy family, and his lifestyle was different. His expectations were different. So whenever he goes somewhere, people expected things. I said, bro, you do not realize it. You're just giving away, right? When you truly understand everything, how it all works, right? And what it means for some of us guys who think about it in a different way and who are thinking about the future, because we're not thinking about today. We don't care what happens today. We're thinking a decade from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So if you start thinking like that, the future, then you realize that, hold on, everything you're doing right now doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Focus on that, and then you see you'll have a better life. So that's what people are hoping for. My brother, he's changed his name. He's added my name to it. My God, man. Oh my God. True dedication, my brother. Love you, my brother. So I'm going to call you 0x5s now. 0x5s is my brother. I'm gonna call you 0x5s. My God, you're crazy, man. You change your name to our channel's name. Respect, man. Respect. Hats off to you, my brother. Happy New Year to you as well, my brother. Duke Test says, if lost billions of dollars worth of BTC since I've lost billions of dollars worth of BTC since I started. Everything was new. We didn't know what we were doing back then. I've lost coins, been scammed, created black hole wallets, etc. Oh yeah, all of these things, everything happened to me as well, man. And it's sad, and I've even I like chucked away BTC. I didn't know what it was, and I've been transparent. I said, guys, I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what value it has. I had no idea. I couldn't even think of it going to, anything between like $20,000-$30,000, and here we are today. There was a time when I believed that $1,200 was the max it could probably go to, and here we are today. You know what I mean? So When you see and observe, and the longer you're in the market, you start understanding and respecting the market for what it is. And yeah, things change really, really quickly. So yeah, I mean, I feel sorry for you for losing billions. I haven't lost that much, but I have lost millions. I have lost millions. So that's all I can say. Not billions. But I understand your billions because you've been in it for 13 years. So compared to you, your billions are like my millions are your billions. So yeah, I completely understand that. But I've lost millions on it, and multiple hacks and this, that, whatever. Yeah, I've gone through those. Unsatisfied says I need to make 10K. Trade wisely and don't focus too much on the meme coins. On a meme coin, if you are going to trade $10, focus on $10. If you can win with $10, then believe me, you don't need more money. $10, and if you can repeat that a few times, that's enough for you. Trust me, you can make $10, 10K very soon. But $10, remember. Desitrack says there's spouse allowance, which is tax-free, certain amount, obviously. Yes. So you're depending on how much you're earning and depending if your spouse is not working. So if your spouse is working, then she's not allowed to have the spouse allowance. If your spouse is not working and she takes care of the home while you go and work like a donkey, then there is a spouse allowance. And yeah, that's all tax free. Technically, she can also have £12,500 tax free as well. So again, depending on how much you're earning, though. Okay, your name is crazy. Haxiv Priveroso or something. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway, let's talk about hedge coin. I don't know what hedge coin is, so why would I talk about it? Okay, it's a new meme coin. It's going to 10x. Okay, great. If you say so, that's great. I'll put $10 in. That will make me $100. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'll be happy with $100. That will buy me 10 coffees. So I'm happy with that. Going to pumpkin. Awesome, awesome, awesome. No problem. Let's talk about it. Okay, if I know about it, I can talk about it. But obviously, if you're trying to promote something or market something, unless you speak to me beforehand and sponsor it beforehand, sponsor this video beforehand, I have no knowledge of it, so I can't really promote something for you. I would love to talk about it, but I have no information, so I can't talk about it. Anyway, let's move on. Desitrack. What if you transfer crypto to another wallet belonging to someone else, say a family member? Can it still come back to you? As intended to set my boys up for the future. Theoretically, yes, it can come back to you, but again, these are certain things that I don't think we should be discussing publicly. Desi, I hope that kind of makes sense. There are certain things it's harmful, right? It's harmful, right? For yourself, for me, for everybody, because Google, YouTube, you should know, this is all being recorded somewhere. There's a record of this being kept somewhere. So there are things we shouldn't be really discussing, especially what you just said there. Maybe you need to call me. We can talk about it. 0x. Now I got 0x here. Oh my god, what's going on, man? Is this my brother or is what's going on? Because what was it? So my brother became 0x files, my brother, and now I've got 0x. 0x, okay, fine. We are 0x. We have a coin called 0x. So 0x, you should go and buy the coin 0x. Oh, by the way, Hacklivox, so whatever. Look below in the description. We have our own coin. Anyway, I've been out of crypto charts for a month now. Last I was 50% above. I'm in alerts. Okay. AI RTS. Okay, I don't know what that is. Anyway, what do you think is future for? Oh, alts. Sorry, my bad. Alts. Are there going to be any alt rally like 2021? That's what we're hoping for. Honestly, we are hoping for that. So this is what I've kind of been advocating that, and I've been really, really going on about it. I said, guys, we just need BTC, and this is like for almost. I've done a live stream almost every other day or every day except from New Year's Eve and The one other day I missed as well, but I've pretty much done a live stream every day. And I think just over a month now, I've been talking about, guys, how we don't want to see BTC go anywhere. You know, BTC shouldn't even go to 100K. It should just hover around where it is right now. And that would give us a better opportunity for the alts to start moving. In fact, today, earlier on, when I started this video 54 minutes ago, I actually said, guys, BTC is hovering around between that $91,300 to $94,000. That's fine. We're not concerned about that. What we need to see is the alts to push 10%, 15%, right? And especially the major alts, because they will lead the market. If they can do that, then we can leave BTC behind in its own current price right now and actually start the full force altcoin season that we've all been looking for. And that's when I believe personally that each of these altcoins still have anything from a 5x to a 10x remaining in them, right? So we should be able to cash out another 5 to 10x from here for most of those altcoins. And when the major altcoins start moving, the others will follow through as well. Adam says 0x army. Yeah, it seems like we're getting a 0x army here, man. Which is not bad, bro. It's not bad as long as people are respectful in this particular topic. And I hope people understand who I am and what I'm about. You know what I mean? Because I'm not here to kind of just, because you, as I said, you are the content. You guys are now engaging with me. This is a community engagement. So those of you people who are coming here for the first time and have no idea what's going on here, why is this guy talking to the community? That's what we're here for. Ducated says, I have not traded alts for 6 years now. The reason is simple. Bitcoin equals money and everything else still has credit as best. I used to be like that. Ducated, honestly, I used to be like that. So for me, BTC was my store of value, my personal bank. I always call it my personal bank, my personal savings account. Ethereum, so I did buy Ethereum quite cheap. And I used to actually use Ethereum as my expense. So I used to pay for my expenses with Ethereum. So that was like my spending money. Why not have a spending money that never runs out, right? You buy something and it pumps up, right? And you're still spending, but it never runs out. Because your initial investment, you're so way up above that, it never runs out. So that's how I kind of treated Ethereum as well. But then over time, I changed my mind. I said, guys, I have to be fair. I have to be fair. Yes, I love BTC for what it is. I respect BTC for what it is. But as we progress and we go higher and higher in the valuation, right? Of course, one BTC still one BTC, but as we progress, am I going to be looking at how much balance it has? Am I actually going to be spending that anymore, knowing it's going to go up even more? Well, I'm not. So I need to stop looking at BTC forever, right? For as long as I need to. So I stopped looking at BTC balance. So for me, I don't know how many Satoshis I have. Forget how many BTC, I don't even know how many Satoshis I have because I have not looked at my balance. So I don't know the valuation. I don't know the Satoshis. And I left it like that. And that helps me keep calm. I don't need to know about it. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not sitting there looking at my balance is nothing, right? It's there. It's there. I haven't even gone to log into the account. That's how long it's been. So yeah, not interested. And then the other alts, they're for making money. So if you can make more money, right, increase your fiat valuation, then by all means use the alts. And that's what I realized. I said BTC is not for me creating more valuation. As we progress over time, maybe we did back in the days, we saw a 10x 20x, we saw those, right? As we progress, we're going to see less and less x's, right? So like for example 2020 we saw like 10x, right? I think it was over a 10x, it was like 20x or whatever. Anyway, we saw something crazy. This time we didn't see that much because of where we started from, and next time I don't think we're going to see as high as well. Do you know what I mean? So as we progress, it's going to get less and less, but of course the valuation is going to be higher. I'm not interested. That's why I'm like, okay, leave that aside. I don't need to look at it. Altcoins are where I'm going to be making money. So if I put $100 in, I'll make $200 or maybe $1,000 from the altcoins, right? That's the game that I need to play in order to make the funds to reinvest into wherever I need to. So that's how I see. Who invented Fanta? I don't know who invented Fanta. I have no idea. I'm just drinking it, bro. I just went to the shop and I couldn't find anything. Everything was not what I want. So I just ended up buying Fanta. And this video is not sponsored by Fanta. Or maybe I should start saying it's sponsored by Fanta, and maybe Fanta could come back and sponsor me. So anyway, let's go back in. Unsatisfied says, I am trading with $10, $20 meme coins, are making me miss all the opportunity. I miss everyday new opportunities. I am feeling like a pussy. I always sell early or sell when it's little down. You need to buy when it's down. You need to buy when it's down, and you need to sell on the pump. So don't feel like a pussy if you're selling on a green. Feel like a boss. You're the king, right? When you sell the green, buy the red. I've got a feeling you're probably jumping in on the green. That's why you're selling for a little loss. You see what I mean? So don't do that. When you see a pattern where something's come down and now it's shaping to get back up again, it's looking like it wants to get up, that's when you buy. You understand? Now, of course, if you bought it on a pump, then there's no harm. Even if you put $10 in and you made 10 into 15, there's no harm exiting, because now you have 15 to do it all over again on another one. Remember, there's 60,000 Solana meme coins every single day. Every single day. That's just Solana. If I calculate all the other blockchains, there's about half a million meme coins being launched every single day. So believe me, you can't miss an opportunity. There's so many out there, right? But remember this, 99.999% of all of those are going to be a rug or a scam. So when you get in, feel like a boss when you made $5 out of your $10. You know what I mean? Feel like a boss. Buy the red, sell the green, get the hell out, move on, do it again, rinse and repeat. So you're not going to miss opportunities like this. That's what I'm going to say. There's nothing being, don't call yourself a pussy. Don't let yourself down like this. All right? You're the boss. You're the boss because you're doing the right thing. Because most people who don't take the profit, right, are going to get wrecked. That's who the idiots are. So don't be an idiot, right? And you're not a pussy, believe me. So end of the day, that's what it is. Unsatisfied says, how do you avoid missing these opportunities? This made me lose 1K. I don't know how you lose 1K, bro. If you're trading $10, $20, how do you lose 1K? Just doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You're doing it all wrong. If every trade is losing trade, maybe you need to give up. Maybe you need to give up trading. Just buy something and sit on it for another 2 years or 5 years. Just buy something and just sit on it. Maybe that's going to give you a better return than instead of you trying to trade, because you're clearly doing it wrong, right? If you're doing $10, $20, right, and we divide that into 1,000, then we know how many trades you could do potentially. There's hundreds of trades there. So if you've lost hundreds of trades doing $10, $20, then you're doing it totally wrong. You need to probably go and start working on some sort of a demo account or something. Find a demo account somewhere, or if you still want to be in crypto, then just pick something and stick to it. Don't bother trading it because you're doing it wrong. My brother says, who did Fanta? I don't know. You got to tell me anyway. Ducator says, sure, I understand. The separation between the rich and the poor is getting close. Many are priced out of BTC 100%. So they need to find BTC version of silver. I would recommend XMR for the silver. 100%. XMR is the only coin that ever since, like, whenever somebody asked about it, I've always said this to them. I said, XMR is a coin. You do not look at the price. You just buy and forget. Just buy. If you can buy 1/2, 10%, buy and forget. Don't look back at. Don't look at the price. So BTC and XMR, for me, I don't look at the price. You pick some up, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It doesn't matter if it goes up. It doesn't matter if it goes down. Just buy it and leave it. That's it. So yeah, it is the silver. So that's what it is. LTC, not so much. LTC, actually, probably yes. But LTC, the community is kind of dead. That's the thing. Since Charlie Lee, I believe it was Charlie Lee, right? Since he abandoned it and he went to work for Coinbase, I don't know why he abandoned it, but he went to Coinbase and he sold his batch for like $100 and something million. And I don't know why, but anyway, he left. It's not been the same. Yes, the community are strong. There's a massive army there, very strong, but I just don't see the hype that we had before, because it was, once upon a time, it was the silver to BTC. That's what people knew. It was the silver to BTC. And after getting to a certain level, certain price, it just hasn't really done much. And we were so hopeful that, look, this thing could potentially go to a couple of $1,000s. If BTC goes to $100,000, this thing should be at least $10,000, right? Because it's 10 times more in circulation, right? So basically, BTC has 21 million coins, Litecoin has 210 million coins. So we can always say, right, whatever BTC is always going to be 10% of BTC price. That's what Litecoin should be. And that's what everyone was hoping for. But that spotlight was taken away by other coins later on, like Solana and XYZ took it. So sad. Sad. My brother says the man with the funny mustache. I don't know who the man with the funny mustache is, man. What are you talking about? Who's the man with the funny mustache? There's so many. I don't know. There's someone's. I don't know the history behind it, bro. So I can't really say nothing. Unsatisfied. Can you answer my question, please? What is your question, bro? What was your question? Duke 80 says unsatisfied. You're trading you're trading too scared. You're too attached to your money. 30% loss to use like $3. $30 loss to me is like 3 mil. Have to get your gut used to the roller coaster. 100%. But even then, there's something he's not doing right. I think unsatisfied is doing something wrong. Not sure what it is, but he's doing something wrong. He definitely needs some lessons, something like, completely for free, go and do some demo accounts. But you definitely need some training, because if you're doing it all wrong and you're losing money, that's wrong. Your 1,000 that you said you lost, if that's what you had to trade, maximum you should have lost is no more than 20% on a bad day. That's a bad day. On a good day, no more than 5%, 10%. So you should have still had $900 to play with. So I'm not sure what you're following, not sure what you're doing, not sure what kind of training you got. But listen, we're not here, like for myself, as a trader or even as somebody who does charts. It took me years. I've been working on charts, like kind of learning charts since 2008, so before BTC, right? But of course, I didn't do it for BTC. BTC I started doing from 2015, 2016, right? So yeah, but I've had enough time on the charts to understand the charts my way. I don't need to understand it as somebody else's way. I understand it my way. So that's what it is. Unsatisfied says, I buy when it drops and it keeps dropping. I buy more because I know it will go up. Then the coin dies. So you're kind of saying, that this is a lot of the coins you're buying are basically the rugs. The thing I said to you, remember what I said earlier on? I said, if you can, and I wasn't joking when I said that. I'm actually kind of trying to create an analogy. When I said, if you can last 10 minutes making love to your partner, that's how long you need to trade these meme coins. I wasn't joking. I'm actually serious. That means if you've entered with $100, 10 minutes later, your $100 becomes $90. Get the hell out. Don't bother buying anymore. These are not for buying the dips. You buy the dips on coins that you know you're going to be in for another 6 months, another 2 months. Not the ones that you're going to be in for 15 minutes and get out. You don't do that. So this is where you're making that mistake, brother. I hope you understand this. Don't make that mistake. Meme coins are not there for you to buy. It doesn't matter what the community says. Even earlier on when I was talking about Donald Trump, what did I say right in the beginning of the video? Don't look at the news. Don't look at the social media. Don't look at the group. Don't look at the community. The only reason you would look is see how strong the community is. Okay, you got 50,000 people in the community. This coin has a chance to pump. If it's already pumped hundreds of percent and then it dumped, it's over. However, if it's pumped 100% and then come down and now it's pumping up again, then yes, it's a good opportunity. But even then, you only need to be in it for 10 to 15 minutes maximum, if that. 5 minutes, you should be out. Do you know what I mean? Because you shouldn't take that kind of risk. So even doesn't matter if it's $10 or $10,000, it doesn't matter. You should always understand your risk management and what you're trading and what kind of risk they have. So meme coins have a 99.9% rate of failure. Means you're not going to make money. Someone's going to make money, but you're not going to make money. It's 99%. So you have to really be that 1% to make that. Do you see what I mean? So, and that 1% you could make 100x. That's the reality. Meme coin, one person could make 100x, but 99% of the people will lose. And sadly, you're part of the losing community. So you need to practice, my brother. You need to practice. Yeah, you've added more and more and you lost. Sad reality. No, that's good. You're not giving up. If you're not giving up, that's a good thing. Unsatisfied is a good thing. But my advice to you would be, as a brother, would be you need to get some training, not with real cash. Get some training, understand how they work, understand, do a little bit more research, do your own research, understand the why some of us, like who's been in the game for a long time, why we say the stable coins, not the stable coin. When we say if you want to be in a long time, 4 years, 5 years, look for BTC. Why do we say BTC for 5 years? Because we know what it's going to do in 5 years. So it's a lot more stable, and you can hold it for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you should be fine. You see what I mean? So these are long term. And then we say midterm. Midterm is the altcoins, the top tier altcoins, the blue chips, right? Within the top 50 of the coin market cap. They're fine. They're there. They're established. They've got a few $1 billion invested in them. They'll be fine. So those are mid tier. And say, okay, these are medium to long term hold. Nothing too long because they will change their ranks, but they're good, right? And then anything below that, those are the high risk, right? High risk. And when you go to the meme coin sector, they are beyond the fringe of the fringe of the fringe of the altcoins, right? They are beyond the risk factor. Do you know what I mean? So they're absolute 100% risk. Hence why you don't look at them with the time frame. That's why even if we do, the closest time frame we got is how long can you make love to your missus for? Well, that's how long you're basically going to be trading that for. That's it. That's it, bro. You don't come back to it. Full stop. One night stand and then you're out. That's it. So I appreciate you're not giving up. Don't give up, but get some training. That's the most important thing I can say to you, right? As a brother, as I said, get some training. Ducator says if you're buying alts in the recent months, also then you're buying the top, which is the worst possible time to buy. 99% of everyone who own BTC is in the green. 100%, not 99%. I believe all of them, right? Apart from a few 0.001%, right? You know what I mean? 99.99% of people who bought BTC are in the green, right? The small amount, the small 0.001%, that's probably in red right now. So we're not even concerned about those, right? Now, with the alts, if he's trading memes, right? Technically, it's always in green. But what you need to understand, memes do not last more than a day or two. And out of 100, if not 1,000 projects, maybe one will be genuine. So you really be careful about that. Do you know what I mean? You really have to be careful about that, right? Like, I'm not plugging anything, by the way, guys. Please don't go to the link and buy anything. But let me just say this to you. I created a meme coin, but because I don't have a large community, right? All of you guys know I don't have a large community. I'm not a guy who's pumping the coin or anything like this, right? I don't even own my own coin, but the coin's there. Now, here's the fun part. If somebody decides to go into that coin today, all of a sudden pump it, right? Get it to 75K market cap for whatever reason. Well, they bought the pre-sale. And then if they all decide to dump during a public sale, so when it launches on Radium and it becomes public, right? Because it's a pump fund coin, people launch it, then whoever bought it today, the early pre-sale guys, they can dump it for God knows how much profit. Do you see what I mean? So what's going to happen is people like yourself, right? And I'm not saying anything wrong, and I don't mean anything wrong for you. So people who are normal people, they're going to now enter and they're going to end up losing, right? 99% of them are going to lose because the first people who bought the pre-sale, so the coin I'm talking about is in the description. If people bought the pre-sale, if they pushed it to the public sector, then who are the 1%? They are. You see what I mean? So it's a real experiment, by the way. So the coin, I've been transparent about it on my videos as well. It's a real experiment. Because people who buy these coins today, if they sell it during the public, then they are the 1%. You guys, whoever bought the 0x coin is the 1%. You know what I mean? And then later on, you sell it to the public. Well, they're the 99%. They get dumped on by you. So it's an opportunity, but it is what it is anyway. As I said, I'm not saying anything. Roach, my brother, happy new year to you, my brother. Happy new year. Happy new year to you. GK says no, no lie. If a coin says it's on Ethereum BNB sold Tron etc, I'm not buying it if they don't have a working MVP or their own chain. I don't want it. True, true. However, you got to be a bit forgiving because obviously I've built a coin on Solana. So, plus I've also done coin on Optimism before as well. But saying that, to be honest, I'll tell you why, right? So there's a reason, okay? GK, to understand me, and I hope you're still here, understand what I'm saying, and hopefully it makes sense to you. So I have some great plans to, in the future, hopefully if I have a large enough community and enough people who trust me and have faith in what I'm about to do, I have a plan to build a blockchain. But due to some financial difficulties that I've had in the past when I did attempt to do it, I'm not confident in investing all my money anymore. So the way I'm looking at it is like, okay, I'm going to launch a cryptocurrency on somebody else's blockchain as a piggyback. So I'm going to launch a coin on somebody else's blockchain, do the marketing, do whatever, grow the community, let everybody make a ton of money. At the same time, raise enough capital so that I could actually use the funds to then build our own blockchain. Does that make sense? But I don't want to just build another blockchain because I'm fed up of how many blockchains there are. I think we need to limit how many blockchains there are because it's getting stupid. So, but ultimately, yes, if that's the case, then that's what I would love to do. Do you see what I mean? But even if I don't build another blockchain, then I would love to build a whole infrastructure inside somebody else's blockchain. Because there are opportunities out there, and that's what I would love to do. But I don't think I'm in a position right now to go and burn myself again. Because the last time I went down a rabbit hole, and trust me, I was burnt. I was like, and I did it all on my own. I didn't raise any capital from anybody. Did it all on my own, and suffered. I suffered. So it is what it is. But yeah, as I said, this is something I would love to do at some stage. But let's see. Let's see, my brother. Odds equal in-store credit because all of them have creditor and a team who are also trying to get rich. They will forever and always have control over the product you're buying from them. True and not true. So the 0x files coins that the one I've launched, I don't own any. My wallet doesn't own any, so I don't have any control over it. So just to let you know, I don't have any control. Plus it was launched on Pump Fund, which means I genuinely don't control it because Pump Fund controls it. The launch pad, they control everything. So by me not owning any, I can't dump. And because it's going through a launch pod, I can't rug. You see what I mean? So sometimes you have to look at, as I said, there were a time when I used to be thinking exactly like you, my brother. And it was all, for me, it was like BTC, nothing else. Everything else you just hear is noise, is trying to take market share away from BTC. Now I'm the opposite. I said, you know what? BTC can stay where it is. If we want to make money, we need to allow the alts to move. So I understand that. And also I understand that, okay, hold on. I've tried to do hard things myself, and I've always tried to be honest with the community, and I've always tried to do the most humble thing out there. So I don't own any. I've launched a coin on a platform that people trust. Let's see where it goes. You know what I mean? So I've left it to people's hand. Of course, when I've turned around and said that in the future, I am planning to build something on the blockchain, probably an infrastructure project, that I'm being transparent. Again, if I do something like that, I would say to people, guys, here I am. Right? I don't have any creditors. I don't have massive investments. I don't have big investors looking at me. You guys are going to be my investors. You guys are going to be the community, right? And I want to build something with you guys and let us all own it together. So that's going to be a whole different way of doing things. You know what I mean? Because I'm always about the community. If the community doesn't want it, I won't even do it. I'm not interested. I'm not doing it. You know, like some people invest money and time to build something to pump to the world. You're right. They're doing it for capital gains. They're doing it for some sort of a benefit from it, financial benefit. I've never done that. That's the thing. I've never ever done something that would benefit me. I could be completely broke and I still won't do it. It's just not part of my nature. I would not do that. For me, I see if I have to give you value first, right? And then if you've received the value, then I expect a reward from you. Now, if you don't give a reward, it's fine. You know what I mean? So my whole theory is different anyway. My brother says, what's your coin sitting at? I just launched it. I don't even know what it's at, bro. I just launched it, and it's on Pump Fund. So on Pump Fund, it doesn't go to Radium until it hits 75,000 market cap. Last I checked, I think it was on 11,000 market cap, right? But I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure how accurate that data is. But the link is in the description. You can check it from there. You know, it has to go to $75,000 or more. I don't know what it is, but I think it was 75,000 when I checked it. If it goes to that level, then it qualifies to be now listed on Radium. And when it goes on Radium, immediately the contract address changes to the pump coin address. It becomes public, because currently it's like a simulated, I don't know how they do it inside, but it's a launch pad. So when it goes public, then anybody could buy, sell, and also all the bots like Solana bots and this and that, all the dexes and this and that, they will start flashing it as well. The new coin just launched, right? So that's what they like to see. Basically, it's all about, that's what pump is, isn't it? So that's what it is. But people who buy it early, like anyone who bought it now, they would be the ones who will be dumping on the people when it launches publicly. And we're just transparent about it. You know what I mean? So it's there. I don't even know. I know someone bought like 2 Solana's worth. Someone bought, and then I think, no, sorry, they bought 2 Solana's worth and then they dumped 1 Solana, and that kind of messed with the pricing a bit. But it is what it is. I'm not getting involved in it. I could easily go and buy some. And pump it if I had to, if I want to. That's complete manipulation. I could do that. Bro, I could go and load up 10 different wallets. I could load up 10 different wallets and go and start pumping it if I wanted to. Just to kind of, if that was my intention, to make money off you guys or anybody, right? You know what I mean? But no, I didn't do any of that. Because it's easy. It's easy, guys. I see a whole bunch of these pump coin projects come up, right? In fact, we actually have, excuse me 1 second. We actually have one subscriber. I forgot his name, but we have a subscriber on our Discord group, recent subscriber. He's moved to our Discord group, and he was mentioning something about like he's got 20 or 30 people in his group, and they created a coin, which 30% of the supply they still hold, and they hope for it to go higher and do whatever. But yeah, I mean, they got a bunch of investors who invested like $400 or $500 or whatnot. It's a conversation on Discord you can go and see, right? And how they've pumped it and released it to the public. So it's kind of more is an internal group, like 20, 30 people in a group decided to push it hard, qualify for it to be public, go to Radium, and then from Radium they decided to pump and dump. And so many people I've seen, like when I tracked it, people were cashing out a couple of $1,000s here and there. I think there were a bunch of people who actually cashed out close to almost about $30,000, $40,000. So it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. If that's the case, that's the case. But yeah, I could do that myself if I wanted to. If I really wanted to push something out, well, open 10, 15, 20 wallets, Solana each, right? Pump the life out of it, release it to the public, and then dump it on everybody, because I'm the pre-sale buyer, so I'll dump it on everybody, make a couple of $1,000s go away. But that's wrong. It's just immoral, and that's one of the things that I'm against. You know, those are the things I'm against. So I wouldn't do something I'm against. Yeah, so that's why I just left it there for the community, for you guys to enjoy it. Go and enjoy it. What you know what would make me proud though, to be honest, and I'm being transparent, if 0x5 becomes a public coin, if a whole bunch of you make at least 1x, 2x, 3x, 10x, whatever, right? If you make money out of it and you come back and say, Sham, we made money from 0x, do you know what? That will be a proud day for me. I'll be like, do you know what? I'm proud of my community. They've gone out, they've done the hard work, they did whatever, they made this thing go live, and they've made money out of it. Nobody's lost, because anybody who buys the pre-sale, they can't lose. You know what I mean? When it goes public, you can't lose. And also, in the pump fund, the coin, because it's in pump fund, you can actually buy and sell inside this. So a lot of people can actually trade it inside. It's hilarious. So the guy who bought 2 Solana and then sold 1, he actually profited. Hilarious, right? But yeah, that's what it is. I'm not trying to plug anything, guys. 0x is here. 0x says, I've been diversified in 6 to 8 alts. Few are major ones: Near, Aptos, Render, Arbitrum. Other things like Xi and DYM. Okay, DYM I don't know, but Xi, yes, is good. Or CGPT. I don't know CGPT. I'm all in Bybit right now, and I want to sell custody. I want to sell self-custody all. Where can I put all together? So for example, some of them like Near, Aptos, you mentioned, Render. Arbitrum. Now, Aptos, Near, Render, Arbitrum. So maybe Render and Arbitrum, you can put it on the same wallet. So what you'll find is a lot of them, they different blockchains, they have different wallet addresses. However, some of them who share the EVM, so if they're an Ethereum virtual machine compatible, then what will happen is they will share the exact same address. Doesn't matter what blockchain. So anything on Ethereum has the exact same address on Arbitrum, right? And if Render is still on Ethereum, then you can use the same address. So that means if you have some sort of a Web3 wallet, right, some sort of a wallet, DeFi wallet, if you have one of those self-custody DeFi wallet, then the same address you can actually contain those, provided you have the seed phrase. Obviously, you can contain most of those in there. You know, Near has a slightly different blockchain, so Near, you have to make sure it's a Near blockchain. Look for something that is a multi-chain blockchain. Trust Wallet is quite good. Just don't use any of their smart features. All I'm going to say is, guys, any Web3 wallets these days that if you do download, you'll notice a lot of them have a smart feature. Don't activate the smart feature, because the smart feature doesn't give you your private keys, and it will kind of expose you. Don't allow anybody to take over your wallet. You keep those private keys, right? And keep each wallet separate. So look for one of those. There's another wallet that I use personally, Exodus Wallet. It's a web browser plugin, quite good. Cold storage, there are a few you can use, but you just choose. They're all the same anyways. It doesn't matter which one it is. And you know, you gotta be careful. Let's put it this way. I do use Ledger, and they've had so many different issues in the past. Luckily, I've never been affected, apart from once. So through Ledger, one of the last major Ledger hack, my email did get exposed. So my personal email that I bought the Ledger wallet with from their website is currently floating around the dark web, and it's been hacked a few times as well. So just be careful about that. So yeah, right. But there's no unless they share the same address, there's no way of keeping everything in one place other than having one wallet, basically, right? But as I said, like if you have something that shares the EVM, so for example, Matic, or any coin on Matic, for example, Avalanche, or any coin on Avalanche, or for example, Ethereum, or any coin on Ethereum, you can actually send it to the exact same address. A lot of people don't know this. You only need one address, as long as you got the private key. Yeah, they're all compatible. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So next time you're looking to send some, let's just say, Arbitrum, right? You're going to send some Arbitrum or some Arbitrum meme coins, right? All you need is the same address, Arbitrum address, but don't use the centralized exchange. Centralized exchange addresses are not the same. Your decentralized Web3 wallet address allows you to have as many coins, as many names. All of them will show up under the same address. Remember that. Anyway, Ducator says, that could work. Creating an meme coin advertisement to raise funds for legit projects. Yeah, I mean, that could be something, but obviously I'm not going to do it through the meme coin. Personally, what I would love to do is, if I am going to work on a project and I want to do something genuine, I will look for a good established blockchain. For example, Solana is one, but I wouldn't look at it because it's now diluted with meme coins. So even if you launch a genuine project, people will think it's a meme coin. I wouldn't do that. But I would personally look at Ethereum or something like this, and I say, guys, this is what the project is. This is what we're doing. We're trying to raise, so we're transparent. We're trying to raise capital. We have a target, raise $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever. We want to raise that. For example, this is how many we're selling. This is how many we're locking. This is how many the foundation keeps. For example, we need a foundation or something like this, right? So where we can do future development, is that this is where this goes, and we're transparent about it, everything, and all the wallet addresses, everything are transparent. So we sell it, and we're openly saying we want to raise capital to build this. And if people follow through and come along, then yeah, by all means, you know what I mean? And then now when we have enough capital, we have to prove to everybody that, guys, look, we've taken the capital off you, we sold or whatever. Now we're trying to build. So we build it, and then we prove to people, and that will generate more hype, more buzz, more people will come through, and hopefully the project will be much, much better. Do you know what I mean? So that's the thing. But for me, the most important thing is any kind of project I'm thinking about now, I'm really focused on RWA. I really want to do an RWA project because there are so many different things I've done and I'm still doing in the real world, which allows me to be kind of financially free. I really, really want to kind of mix crypto with them. And it's not something I've said now. I've actually been talking about doing something similar like this, where I combine the real world to whatever I'm doing with crypto, or combine them, interlink them. Since 2018, I've been talking about it, but I've never done it. You know what I mean? And when I did attempt to do something, it took too long, and then I got shafted and I lost a whole bunch of money. I lost all hope. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing it again. So Adam says, Dogecoin is a meme coin though, right? Yes, it's the grandfather of all meme coins. Dogecoin was created as a meme coin. It originally had like infinite supply, and that's being capped very soon. So yes, Doge is the first, one and only first meme coin, official meme coin. Ducator says, I refuse to own Doge. I refuse because I was there when it came out. The creator himself said it's worthless. And its tokenomics is unbelievably off. While it's up now, everything has a revaluation, 100% revaluation. But also Doge, there's a lot of development going on right now. They're trying to make Doge into an actual project, which is quite good. Hence why there's a lot of hype behind it. But as I said, it's the grandfather of all meme coins, so we have to respect it for what it is. Zero excess. Can I join your Discord? 100%. Any links in the description, bro. You're welcome to join and this and that. Not an issue. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome. You know, I open arm. You know, open arms. Welcome everyone to come and join my Discord. Not an issue. So everyone's welcome. Okay. The link is in the description. You're welcome. Ducator says maybe, but I don't use Twitter. Still, Doge would be nothing more than points to us on Twitter. All good for those that do. Doge could end up being crypto silver. Oh yes, I strongly believe that. That's why I don't hold much, but I hold some. Right? I hold some. The Doge, Pepe, Bonk. Doge, Pepe, Bonk, and there's another one I can't remember. But those three, I do hold a nice little stash. Not too much, but just a nice little stash that I don't want to look at. Those are the ones that I do hold that I don't want to look at. However, when I originally bought them, I've already taken my initial out, so they don't owe me any money. The Doge, the Bonk, and the Shib, right? And Shib and Pepe. Those four, they don't owe me any money. So all of my original money is already out, because when they pumped first, I took my initial. I also took some profit out as well. So other than that, now they don't owe me any money. So they're still there. So, you know, good luck. Something happens, but you never know, right? And I don't care whether it becomes a silver or gold. It doesn't matter. Doge, for example, like the other day when we spoke about it, someone asked me what's going to happen about Twitter payments. I said most likely the coin I would look at is Doge, because Elon's been teasing us all, right? If he does add some crypto payment, that will probably be the first one he does. And there are plenty of places, by the way, where Doge is also being accepted. In fact, many cryptocurrencies are accepted in many places. A lot of people don't realize this. You can actually, like, if you know where, people are accepting crypto for payments. That's not an issue, you know. So yeah, Ducator says, Adam, please understand, Bitcoin devalues everything. The price of Doge continues to lose versus BTC. This means over time I can buy more and more Doge as the time goes on. I have not lost my chance. 100%. Nobody has ever lost their chances. Advanced Gaming says, guys, everyone make a goal to become a millionaire in the next few years and do everything to achieve it. 100%. If you've made a goal, if you dedicate yourself, as I said last year when we closed off last year, I said, guys, let's start the year off positive. Set goals, do whatever needs to be done. But with positive attitudes, we are going to bring positive results, right? So when I have, as I said, a friend and a client, for example, come up to me and say, well, I want to do this. And I'm like, why are you setting your goals so low for? Because I know you can achieve more. And so it's like, what do I achieve? I was like, well, your goal should be $1 million. He's like, I don't need that. I said, no, you're going to make $1 million. Imagine you go into crypto. So this person, I said, you're going into crypto. You've come into crypto. You're investing around $10,000. That's all you can afford to risk, which is great because not many people can afford to risk $10,000. You're willing to risk $10,000. Well, then your target needs to be $1 million. So you need to make 10,000 into $1 million. and we're going to work on that and want to make that. So that's how it is. Ducator says, I've been living 100% in Bitcoin since 2018. I pay for everything in BTC, my bills, my debt, my food. Amazon. Don't, man. What you doing, brother? Don't do that. No, bro. Ducator, you're disappointing me. You don't do that, man. You don't do that. Those Satoshis are valuable, bro. You know that. Come on, 100 million Satoshis, they're valuable. And remember this as well. When 100 million Satoshis, when we get to that level, when one Satoshi is going to be $1, we're going to get to a level where they're going to split each Satoshi to 100 million as well. We're going to get to that level when there's going to be a massive scarcity, when BTC is going to run out. People are going to start updating BTC and making the Satoshi into 100 million points as well, bro. So all of those Amazon purchases you've ever made, do you know how expensive they are right now? I hope you're hoarding them, bro, because those are going to be classic material. They're invaluable, man. You don't buy stuff, man. I remember a friend of mine, he bought something with 1.5 BTC, $300. So he bought this equipment for $300. He paid 1.5 BTC, right, to buy that. He just decided to pay for it. And now 1.5 BTC, and by the way, it was a suitcase. It was like a camera suitcase, a very expensive camera suitcase. So he bought a camera suitcase for $300 using his BTC. That camera suitcase today is worth about $130,000 or $40,000. Right? He regrets it. He regrets it. He does regret it. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Bro, don't do that. Use meme coins. As I said, you buy some Ethereum and trade that or whatever, sell that. But don't do your BTC. No, bro. Zerox says, don't you feel more you're spending something actually valuable compared to Fiat? Exactly, that's what I was as well. Yeah, Bitcoin pizza. Yeah, it definitely is doing Bitcoin pizza, man. Oh man, damn. Ducator, yes, do that. Sats are valuable, yeah, but tax and inflation murders your profits. When BTC goes up 50%, that's how much cheaper my bills are. Fair play if you're treating it like that, but even then, yeah, I wouldn't bother with it, bro. That's why, you know what I would do if I was in your position, if I genuinely had to pay my bills and it got to the point where I have to use my BTC to pay the bills, guess what? I'm gonna go and start working for Amazon, if not McDonald's. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go and spend that BTC. No way, bro. No way. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it with any other alt, yeah, any day. There's no two ways about it. I won't even think about it. Right? I've got alts, I'm gonna go and spend that. I don't care. But BTC, nah, bro. I'm gonna get a job, bro. I'm gonna get a job. I don't care what it is. I'll go and get a job. You know, if I really have to pay my bills with BTC, bro, I'll get a job. I'm telling you. And currently, yeah, I'm in a position right now because, for example, I'm unemployed, right? Because I lost my business. So what I mean unemployed means I don't have a business or anything right now. So I'm actually looking, I'm doing all sorts of other stuff. Because of that, yeah, I am right now. I need to pay my bills. So I am working. You see what I mean? So I'm working, doing all sorts of gig, this and that. I don't have a full-time job. So I'm doing gig economy and this and that. Why? Right? Because I need to pay my bills. But I'm not going to sell my BTC to do it. Never. Ducator says, yeah, dude, spend it. And I do work. I work at Facebook. My brother, he works at Facebook. Damn. Hold on. You work at Facebook. Now I'm totally honored, man. I'm totally honored. Honestly, I'm totally honored. Oh my God. Having someone from Facebook here, that's freaking awesome. So how come you didn't buy Aptos or Sui? Or do you hold those two? Because I'm hoping if you work at Facebook, and you know about the team of Aptos, Sui, right? I'm hoping you did buy some. my brother. But I am honored to have you here anyway. Advanced Gaming says BTC will hit millions plus. Yes, more than that. It's just basically purely based on the fundamentals of the coin, the way it was designed. The supply and demand just pushes the price up. It's just mathematically impossible to go down. It has to just go up. So Xerox says, same. I would probably invest money using some cash flowing business, got a boring business like a vending machine, or earn fiat and spend that. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. That's exactly what I do. You know, but advanced, what was Ducator's obviously on another level. If he's on Facebook, he's on another level. But again, we're honored to have someone from Facebook here. Honored to have someone from Facebook. In fact, I do. There was another person that comes here once in a while. They work for Google, so that's quite nice as well. But yeah. Uh, Hedge Diamond, okay, I see Hedge Coin back here. I got a question regarding moving meme coin profit into BTC. I'm up with Hedge. If you've heard of it, where is my best way of releasing this into BTC? So we heard of Hedge today, earlier on this stream. Someone talked about Hedge, and I had no idea. I still have no idea. But if you are looking to get your Hedge into BTC, then you need to go to a DEX and ideally swap it, because obviously if you're on Solana, for example, I don't know what network you're on, but whatever network you're on, find a cross network wormhole protocol, right, and use that to convert it into BTC. But ideally, whatever network you're on, my advice would be convert it into that network currency first, because that will be easier for you, right? So convert it into whatever the network's currency is. So if it's Solana, you convert it to Solana first, sell it into Solana first. If it's Ethereum, sell it into Ethereum first. Then use the network cross chain in order to use the wormhole protocol to get it back into BTC. So that's all I can say. That's probably the best way. Ducator says, I don't speak of my coin. Oh man. Now you dropped it, bro. Now you dropped it. So we know about Sui and Aptos, yeah? We know about it, yeah. My brother. Bro. That's good. You know what? We need to talk, man. We need to talk. Because that means yeah, you might be able to get me some connections for what I want to do after you hear my full story. So hopefully that will kind of make sense. I love that. Zero says real. Laugh out loud. Half the Facebook teams are Sui Aptos. Yeah, that's what they are, bro. So, but it's good. Listen, we're honored if we've got people here from Facebook. I'm honored because as a small YouTuber with 3,500 subscribers, I am absolutely honored. Plus, Ducator has been in crypto. That's what he said to me for 13 years. I'm even more honored because obviously, again, 3,500 subscribers, having somebody who's an actual OG, right, in the channel. That's, honestly, to you, my brother. But yeah, it's an honor having someone like that. Advanced Gaming says, but I would say be in the fastest moving car. Depends on what your what the fastest moving car means. Fastest moving car, yes, that's where you want to be for the money, right? You don't want to be in the slow moving car when you want to make money. But when you're trying to protect your funds, protect your future, then you want the slowest one because that's the least volatile. That's where you want to be. So it is what it is. Xerox says, you know your shit, Xerox Files. I like you, man. Awesome. Well, I do my best, man. I try my best, but I don't follow news and this and that. But let's see what happens. Ducator says, trade into your main alt, then trade for BTC on an exchange at Hedge. Exactly what I said. Yeah. So that's that. Ali CL, what do you think of ETH? It has been lagging when you think it will have its run. I'm hoping for the run to happen soon, brother. It has definitely been lagging. In fact, 5-6 weeks ago, there are plenty of live streams that I've did where I've been cursing it because it's been the most disappointing coin ever. However, perspective also matters. So it depends when you entered, right? So for example, when BTC went to $15,500, I didn't call $15,500, but I called $16,000. So when it went to $16,000, and I said anything below $19,000, sell your house, sell your wife, sell your kidneys, do whatever. That was a video I did. on a live stream. I said that. It was a 2 hour long live stream, I believe. And I said, buy BTC. And during that time, Ethereum also went to about $700. So some of the guys bought it around $800-900. Some of the guys bought it at $1,000-1,200. So depend on perspective, because people who bought BTC around the $16,000, $17,000, below $20,000, people who bought Ethereum around the $700-800, well, they're seeing things in a complete different way. For them, it's not lagging. It just hasn't gone parabolic, but they've done well. BTC, they've done a nice little 5-6x on BTC. On Ethereum as well, they did a nice little 4x. So that's how they're kind of treating this. Of course, then you have people like myself who bought BTC, sorry, not BTC, Ethereum, back in 2018. So 2018, when it was like, less than $100, right? So then things change a little bit. Then you've got, for example, Sui. Like we mentioned Sui a few times. Sui, we've been banging on about Sui when it was like 30-40 cents. That's done really well, 10x from there. I talked about Say. Say was one of my best performers. I talked about Say, pumped and dumped and traded it about 10-15 times. Made a whole bunch of money out of it. Again, great performer. You see what I mean? So there are coins out there. It depends on when you've entered. So of course, if you're looking at it now and you've bought some and it's not performing, we are all disappointed, to be honest. I am very disappointed, right? And unfortunately, all of that disappointment comes from BTC. So even as much as I love BTC, I love it to be the slow moving car, right? And I love it to be stable. And I really wanted to see it go to $1 million, and I use it as my personal savings account, right? So that's the only balance I do not look at. Of course, when I want to make money, I need to look at my alts, and Ethereum is going to be a leader, and I want it to start leading. I want it to push past BTC. So when BTC does 1 or 2%, Ethereum just says, you know what? Fuck off, get off the road, right? Go on the hard shoulder, and it starts shooting. That's what we want to see. We want to see it go 500 miles an hour, right? And do a 5x from here. Because I am looking, I personally hope to see a 12K Ethereum. And I was hoping to see that already. It just hasn't happened. It's been lagging so bad, so sad. But it's just BTC, because all the attention is on BTC at the moment, and that kind of hurts the alts, even though we are in an alt season. So that's what it is. So hope that kind of makes sense. Hedge says, thanks, appreciated. Well, you are promoting Hedge. You need to find your way. I'm sure. I hope you didn't dump it on everybody. I hope you didn't wreck the community when you made your money. Right? Because it's sad, when you get to see some Hedge diamond come along. First time I heard of the coin. I just hope you guys haven't dumped it big time on the community. Be kind to the community. Let everybody make money together. You know what I mean? Right? But as I said, the reality is, if it's a freaking meme coin, then 99% will lose. 1% would always win. So it is what it is. Ducator says F has been steadily losing since they switched to proof of stakes, which is essentially turned ETH into a fiat crypto. Mix that with its meme coin factory, and everyone leaves. True, but meme coin factory has moved over to Solana, right? So that's where the bigger meme coins are happening right now. Big meme coins over there. Plus Base Network, that's where most of the memes are happening as well. Avalanche having a lot of memes as well. So Ethereum's also losing its memes. Currently, Ethereum's probably only famous for its NFTs. Even that is losing because of all the scandals that we've had in the NFTs. But you're right, when it came to proof of stake, yeah, things changed a little bit. But somehow they're still minting though. So yes, taking it from proof of work to proof of stake, they're still minting coins. They are doing the burn, so there are plenty of things that they have done. But I think most people avoid Ethereum for none of those reasons. I think most people just avoid it because of the fees. Ethereum still has a massive fee problem. Some days you could be sending thousands of dollars less than $1. It's true, it happens, less than $1. And the same quantity, you want to send it another time, or even less than that, all of a sudden it spikes because of the network congestion. So there's a lot of manipulation going on, especially the validators. There are some. I know they're trying to fix that, but I don't know when it's going to happen. But let's see. F is F. Let's see. Duke has got to go. You too, my brother. Love you as well. All right. Appreciate you coming here. It's always a pleasure having you on the chats. Honestly, absolute pleasure having you here. Thank you very much for coming to the show, and happy New Year to you again as well. Thank you. But yeah, definitely, Duke, you should join our Discord, man. We should talk. 0x says, I kept thinking to go into Sui from my say bag and I kept getting late. Rest in peace. I can't enter at this price, but I'm happy with the Sui, my brothers. Okay, yes. So listen, when we first started talking about Say and Sui, I told everybody, I said, guys, I'm not betting on one, I'm betting on both. So I bet on both. Now, fun thing is, in the beginning, Sui really didn't perform that fast. Say did. So I realized Say was doing a 10% pump and a 10% dump, a 10% pump and a 10% dump, and it was a regular occurrence. So I found the pattern, and when I found the pattern, I started trading the pattern. So I made, as I said, I made a lot of money at that. While Sui, I left my bag as it was. I didn't trade it. You see what I mean? I just didn't trade. I just left it. I said, oh, it's gonna come. It's gonna do its thing. So, but ultimately, both of them have been great performers for me. Anybody who's looking to enter right now, we are in price discovery for Sui, but I would say just trade cautiously, be careful, because we could snap anytime now. However, for the future, do keep a note of these coins. So right now, if you see a good performing coin and you think it's a bit late to get in because it's not going to really perform that much, or we could potentially dump, then make a note of it, because those are the ones you want to go back in next season. Follow the money, follow the people. Adam says, do you think the 99% of meme coins are unethical? And if that's the case, why doesn't it affect these meme factories? They are all unethical. There's nothing ethical about them, bro. They're just scams. 99% of them are just scams. They're open scams. Everyone that genuinely understands memes knows that they're just scams. They're scams based on today's narrative. That's why they call a meme. They're nothing, right? But a lot of them, they have massive groups, massive followings, and they'll pump. In fact, most of the creators are the exact same people. The same person will create 10, 15, 20 meme coins a day because they're making money of it. So they have a monetary reason to do it. Whereas in the other people join in because the narrative just sounds fun, right? And they will go in and do it. But ultimately, everyone's there to scam each other. That's what it is. So it's pot luck. As I said, that 1% will make money. 99% will lose money. It wouldn't, because you need soul. You need to, when you produce a meme coin, you need soul. And when you sell your thing, you also need soul. So when you're, say for, okay, let's put it this way. When somebody launches the meme coin, okay, this is going to be technical, but you're going to like this. Mathematical, but technical. All right, we're going to do this, and then we're going to finish the stream because I really wasn't intending to be here for 2 hours. Right, let's talk about this. Right. So when you launch a coin, you have to provide liquidity. So in order to provide the liquidity, you need Solana, for example. Let's just stick to Solana. You need Solana. So Solana would be half of the pool, and then your other coin would be half of the pool. So Solana's there. So that doesn't impact Solana. Okay. When other people come in and they buy your meme coin, were they putting Solana into the pool? So again, they're buying Solana, which doesn't impact the price. Potentially could pump it. If it's a hyped up coin, it could pump the price. But anyway, more Solana there. Solana hasn't moved. So there's more Solana, and this shitcoin is now moving away. Okay, fine. When people decide to sell, they're not just selling to Solana to affect Solana's price. They're selling to the pool, right? Or you and me, right? So you pay Sol, they give you the token, or you pay that token and then you take the Solana out of the pool. So the liquidity pool dries out. So most of the coins that we see launching, meme coins we see launching, the only thing that affects them and they never come back is the liquidity pool just dries out. So everyone's just taking all the souls out. So that doesn't really affect the soul in any way because it's just transferring soul. There's no valuation. Only when you buy and sell soul, then there's an effect on it. But trading meme coins, no, it doesn't bother it at all. Unsatisfied says, is it a good idea to get a part-time job as, for example, waiter to get a stable income to buy gold and BTC, for example, 250 euro as a student? 100%. There's no, you don't ask that question. You don't ask that question. Listen, I've been in business all my freaking life. I've been in business all my life. I'm still in business technically, right? But I just don't have a business to be in right now. So there are investments that I've made which are still paying me, right? However, I'm free. I'm free. I know that, okay, I can't magically just make dollars and pounds arrive from anywhere. So I need to work. I can either, so I can spend the crypto I have, right? But then I'm losing my crypto. Or I can just go and spend the money that I'm earning elsewhere. If I'm free, if I've got 20, 30 hours a week, right? 10 hours a day, whatever. If I've got something, if I've got the time, then I'll go out and earn some money. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I like the gig stuff, right? So what I tend to do, I've got an account on everything. I've got an account on every single platform. So depending on my mood, who I want to work for, I know some of them pay more, some of them pay less, some of them are better, some of them are really bad. But depending on my mood, depending where I am, if I feel like it, I'll just log in. So someone saw it the other day. It's like my entire week's earning was like £11. So the guy's like, why the hell are you even doing that? I said, I was just free. I had nothing better to do. So I just logged on for 10 minutes and I made £11. You know what I mean? That's it. So I'm not doing it as a full-time thing. I've got better things to do. But if I'm free, I've got nothing better to do and I'm bored, yeah, well, why not? You know, your time is limited. Remember, use it. Use it. So yeah, it's a good idea, bro. Go and get a job. There's no harm in getting a job, especially if you're a student. Make sure to get a job. Adam says, I meant, why doesn't it affect the reputation of Sol etc? No, why would it? It's Sol is blockchain. Blockchain has nothing to do with it. You how can I say this? No, this is difficult. I can't even make an analogy, right? Okay, the internet. Let's just say internet. So imagine Solana is the internet. Now, most people who go on the internet, Google, let's just say Google, most people who go on Google search it for everyday stuff, right? Other people are probably doing scammy stuff. Other people probably have hundreds of phishing websites or other websites, nefarious websites, porn sites, whatever, all doing dodgy stuff, right? Does that mean that we should now blame it on Google? Google's just the search engine or whatever, right? It's just the internet, right? So we can't blame the person who's providing us the service to go and see those things. It's the person who's created the service. That's who's the thing. Does that make sense? It's a hard one. So Solana's just a network. Why would it impact Solana? Solana's not creating these. That's how I look at it, right? And most people probably look at it as well. The individual who created it, they're the ones who need to. But of course, we also, the thing that does impact it is the community. So say, for example, if Ethereum has more people building, doing stuff there, regardless whether it's scammy or not, then more people will be there. And of course, if the fees are cheaper, they will be there. Because Solana's fees are so cheap, right? And there's a bigger community, so people come here. That's what it is. So there is a good thing about the reputation meme coin, right? Solana's now the meme coin blockchain. That's why people are there. That's a good reputation. The people doing the dodgy, scammy stuff, well, that's a whole different story. And as I said, 99% of the people that go, right, and buy these meme coins on Solana know it's a scam. Like myself, we know it's potentially all scam. Every one of them is a scam. Right? In fact, I think all cryptocurrencies are scam until they're not. Because there's no guarantee. Even if someone decides to do something legitimately, launch a project legitimately, well, God forbid if he fails, well, then he's a genuine guy who's doing a genuine thing. But unfortunately, everyone else lost money. He's now labeled a scam, but he's not. He's a genuine person. You see what I mean? So it's a sad reality. And then you'll have other people who are actually a scam, who lose control of the scam. People community takeover. We call it COT. So community takeover, CTO, sorry, CTO, community takeover. And then all of a sudden it becomes legit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. More money, says Ponke token at a fantastic buy. I don't think so. We bought it cheaper. Ponke, what is it now? Let's have a look. Oh, Ponke. No, Poker. No, Ponke. I don't know. I haven't looked at Ponke, bro. I haven't looked at Ponke. I don't know what Ponke is doing right now because I don't even have it on my chart. What do I have on my chart? Let me see. Yeah, Ponke charts look okay. I'm looking at it on the daily. It actually looks like it's in a good buy zone. So yeah, but no financial advice. You do whatever. But yeah, definitely looks like it's in a good buy zone. However, the indicators are telling me that it might actually bleed out a little bit more. So you might want to wait and see if we bleed out a little bit more. So let's see. Um, Adam says, I'm bouncing now, but thanks, brother, for your earlier info. Much appreciated. I hope you understood what I said. I hope you listened carefully, and hopefully that gave you enough information. But other than that, as I said, there are certain things that I cannot personally, I don't know about other people, but I cannot discuss on a live stream, right? It has implications, let's just say this way. So I cannot say. So I hope those things make sense to you. And yeah, I mean, good luck to everybody. And of course, I'm not going to be here longer as well. So guys, if you have watched it to the end, I am going to finish the stream right now. Thank you very much to all of you guys. As I always say, it's not me. I'm just providing a service. I'm just here with the platform. This is a live stream, and I'm here to talk to you guys. And I hope things work out the best for everybody. And of course, it's a good conversation. I love these. This is a good engagement, community engagement. Definitely love it. But unfortunately, it does go on forever sometimes. But it's good though. It's good. It's good. I believe that there's some value, and it's good to have a conversation. It's therapeutic. Let's just say this way. And we're getting a lot more 0x files here as well. We've got my brother, who's a 0x files now, and we have 0x as well, who's I think going to be joining our Discord very soon as well. So which is nice as well. So appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Um, Happy New Year to all of you again. And yeah, feel free to join Discord. There's no charges. It's completely for free. And if you have any subjects or anything you want to talk about, like today, Adam, he's here, right? Adam A. He asked to talk about tax, and he actually mentioned about Trump. So I thought I'd combine them together and talk about it. So it is what it is. So other than that, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you all here. Thank you very much for coming to the show. And let's catch you on another one. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow, if not the day after, on another live stream. So if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, smash that like button, share with one another. Let's grow the community, and let's do great things. Stay humble, stay nice, and be positive, right? And set goals. We're going to make millions of dollars this year. Adios, my amigos.